notice it with Atlanta at all, where they're kind of like, man, what are they throwing at us?
Yeah, it was more us just playing ourselves, like just knowing our jobs, our responsibilities. After the first drive, you kind of see everybody settle down and figure out where the runs was going, because we kind of was like trying to think about something else before that, and then once we like into the game, you kind of tell where the runs were going and stuff. So just being able to, for us to be able to communicate to each other and pick up detail that we were getting there.
How is the challenge different now with a team that uses tight ends a lot more?
Yeah, Sean, he got every single package you could think of. He can throw every single formation he can at you, different plays. He has a great design for getting the quarterback out of the pocket and stuff and trying to get the ball to the guys quick. So when our job comes into that, we got to be quick, quick communication, quick to adjust when he does the motions and stuff, shifts with the tight ends, whatever it may be, we got to be on top of that stuff. He did good. He did good. I was messing with him the whole time before, talking about don't get shy on me and stuff, and just shut down. But no, he was great. He was communicating. He was on top of the plays and stuff. Just being vocal, being a linebacker in this league. So I can only see him going up from here.
What were your line able to do up front? How did that make you guys play?
Yeah, they took over. I'm sitting there talking after the game. I was like, bro, I had 4 tackle attempts, and it was kind of boring. So, I missed 2 tackles that I wish I could have back. But when you got a D-line like that, it's kind of hard to make plays. But as long as they're making plays, I think we're all happy.
How do you think Bo did? It needs to be a little easier to figure out what rookies are going to do back there.
I think he did good for managing the game as best as he could, being that young. But I think he's going to be a great quarterback in this league, especially with Sean coaching him and stuff. He was just being able to get the ball out so quick. He was hitting a lot of accurate throws. It was just he wasn't really looking like a rookie for the play calling, kind of setting an example for him to be able to be patient, take what's given, not try to force anything. So when it comes to, we just got to get pressure on him. We can't let him get out the pocket and do what he does best and scramble and make great throws. We got to be on top of that stuff. And that's what I said, the communication comes in the factor to be able to stop a guy like that.
The versatility you guys have on linebacker with just different abilities and things like that. How strong does it make you guys as a group?
It makes us great. That's why I was saying earlier, it comes to the point where we make play calls and everybody can line up anywhere and just be able to play. So it makes our job way easier. And that's why we got to know both positions. We got to know everybody else's positions on the field. We just got to know every single thing. We got to know every single thing going on so we can put ourselves in that position to be great.
What kind of unique talent is Herb?
Yeah, Herb's cool. Can't sing from nothing, but he's a great dude. Always under TJ and Alex Hip, asking questions, trying to learn from those guys, and you can see that translate to the field. So with a guy like Herb, with his demeanor, how he's always joking left and right when he goes on the field, he's a straight dog. So that's definitely something we love having on our team.
Your defense had a great start last week. What steps are you hoping to take as a unit this week?
Just get better in every aspect: communication, tackling, getting to the ball, every single factor that goes into the game, game plan, whatever it is, whatever we see, we just got to get better. I don't think it's nothing that you can just take for granted and just be like, yeah, we got that down pat.
You mentioned Bo's got Sean Payton as his coach. I don't know if you've played against him in your NFL career, but do you watch his offenses a lot just growing up?
Yeah, definitely did. Seen that a whole bunch. And then my second year we played in preseason, so I got a little bit of a taste of that. But just prepping, I always remember them showing us like the Ravens and Saints games and similar offenses and stuff. So I know a few things from watching that in the past. But like I said, Sean's a guy that everybody knows and everybody respects, and just all the different formations he uses. It's still gonna be tough, but at the end of the day, if we play our responsibilities and we communicate with him, we should be able to stop him.
Were you a Saints fan growing up?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Who was your team?
Miami, unfortunately. It was just the point. My cousins went on a trip and they brought a Miami football back. Me being a little kid, I seen Miami Dolphins, cool colors. I just like the team, but it was no correlation to the players or anything.
Cam, up and down, do you feel like as a defensive line you were able to control or do mostly what you wanted to do?
I thought we were able to control most of the game. I think, there was, one long run, but, for the most part, I thought we kept contained, took some shots, but, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage.
How is the Broncos running game different? Has it given you guys a different challenge than what you had against Atlanta?
I think they have a really good run game. And it's nothing against Atlanta. I think it's just a more proven and tested run game. I think Atlanta's still figuring out what they're doing, but I think Denver, knows what they like to do. And it's not just like, a new system, so everybody feels comfortable in. So, they have their bread and butter players, and they got to be willing to stop them.
Can Russ be an asset or a resource to you guys this week because he's familiar with that system?
Maybe. I think it's ran a little bit, but I think for the most part, it's different from a defense to offense where, they're going to rely more on that run game. And with a rookie quarterback, it can be a lot different.
Cam, what did you learn about Justin Fields from the first game?
I think he was just calm, cool, and collected. Whatever the game was presenting him, he was ready for it. Never felt out of it or, in his head about it. Just competed the entire game and, a little bit different with a little bit more running, but, I think it benefited us, them being on the field.
Cam, when I talked to them in training camp, you said you felt like the only person you needed to prove anything to about your health was yourself. Mm-hmm. What did you think of yourself after 1 week?
I got 16 more opportunities to keep proving to myself I can keep doing this. So, I didn't sign up for one game. I signed up for a whole season and then plus. But, off to a good start.
Mike talked about Larry being maybe the healthiest he's been going into a season since he's been here.
Yeah.
What does that do having him?
Well, beyond just good health and good depth, I think Larry can be a really good contributor to this team. I think the turnovers were caused by his pressure, and so that's an underrated guy that doesn't always get the love he should, but. The more healthy he is, the more he can be on the field. He's going to be a better player because of it.
Did the altitude ever affect you at all?
Yeah.
And what kind of precautions do you take?
I have asthma, so it's about me, taking my inhaler, doing the little things. Once you get your second breath, you're pretty good, but just getting adjusted to it. It's a different altitude, and but every team's got to do it that goes there. So I don't really use it as a crutch.
Does it seem like weird stuff always happens to you guys in Denver for some reason?
That's just Denver. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, on top of the altitude, unfortunate moments too, for whatever reason in this series.
Heartbreaking moments on our side, but that's just the game you sign up for. I don't think there's plenty of crazy stuff that happens week in and week out. Atlanta, Chris Boswell goes 6 for 6 and has a punt. That's not the script that everybody's looking for, but Denver's going to provide its own craziness.
Cam, have you petitioned for your half a sack?
No. No, but I don't think it's going to change either.
What makes the Sean Payton offense particularly challenging to do? He's been at this for a long time.
Different personnels. It's not like he's just going to settle in with one personnel. We got to be willing to be ready for their big wide receivers coming down. Trying to block our outside linebackers. Just a multitude of different things to make a defense feel uncomfortable and really check your readiness. But we'll look forward to it.
What's the balance there? Because when you face an offense like Robinson or McKay, where they use a lot of 11, they're just trying to disguise everything that way.
Yeah.
Versus 12 or 13, you kind of know bigger. Like what's the balance there between?
But it could be 12 or 13, but still be all over the place, which is crazy. So you could have your tight end lined up as a wide receiver brought back in, and so it just tries to make sure your defense is ready at all points, because you can mix things up and try to hide it, just in one personnel. But if you do it in multiple personnel, you're really stressing the defense on their communication, especially in your first home game. You really have the advantage.
Knowing that
Passer faced in with the Saints. It's hard to remember, I guess.
Yeah, you're asking me to go into the rabbit hole with that one, but I think when we played the Saints, it was a competitive game. You just got to stay on your P's and Q's.
knowing that Denver does have a strong run game, they're going to want to be on the field for a long time. How much does it help you guys as a defense to have an offense that is capable of possessing the ball for longer stretches the way that they did in Atlanta?
I think that's huge. Coach Arthur Smith has already said they're trying to keep as many times as they can be on the field and, just keep converting, turn those into touchdowns. But, I think it's not just about them being on the field, it's about us getting off the field. And so we have to do a good job getting 3 and outs, holding up on our end, making the tougher situations on third down, and then we can have a lot of success.
You guys ranked 4th in time of possession after week 1. What does that say about you guys' ability to possess the football and control things on?
That was just us staying on schedule. That's what we do. That's us. We try to control most of the game, and kind of just control the game, stay on schedule.
How important is it to keep that momentum going, especially playing a team like Denver that also has a pretty strong run game that'll try to dominate the time of possession?
That's my things, I guess.
Najee, what were your impressions of Justin? Not just performance, but in the huddle, he managed everything. First opportunity.
Yeah, I think he did good. He did good.
In what ways did he take that step?
In what ways did I see him take a step?
Yeah, play well. Kind of helps control everything.
We all did play that was called. We all executed it. I was with him since OTAs and camp, so it's not like he changed over and just became a new person when he was in the game. That started out for that week. It was just the same stuff that we practice in practice. The same stuff that we do every single day in practice, he just did it in the game. So, I don't know how other way to explain other than we just do what we're told.
How much does it help you guys as an offense to maybe have more clarity about the quarterback situation earlier in the week versus last week?
It doesn't matter. No matter what, we're going to play on Sunday against the Denver Broncos. No matter what. So, the whole part of the week is to get ready to play the Denver Broncos. And the coaches and everybody worry about the other stuff. But us as a team, us as captains on this team, we got to get the guys ready to play against the Denver Broncos. We're not worried about who's at quarterback. Obviously, we need one, but we're not spending all our week worried about who's going to be at quarterback. We're worried about how we're going to execute the runs, how we're going to execute the pass, how we're going to execute the pass, how we're going to execute that. And then, whoever's at quarterback, that's what we're rolling with. Same thing if, a guy goes down, set the next guy up. It's mentality.
How was that for you? Experience dealing with the? Did you have much experience playing in altitude? Or do you do anything specific physically to get ready for it?
I train with elevation masses. In the off season, I go to national parks that has high elevations, Yosemite, Yellowstone, all that stuff. I'm not saying I work out there, but train there when I am out there, keep my body in shape. So as of now, as I come here on Thursday, September 12th, I don't have a problem with it. Now, when I go out there, because I never played out there, it might be a different story.
How has Frazier impressed you? How has Zach Frazier impressed you? It was his first start in the NFL. You've been there before.
Yeah, I think he did it. I think he did really good, man. I think he handled the challenge as well. There's another challenge this week. They're going to pick on him, pretty much his whole season. As long as they're going to pick on him. He knows that. We know that. We're excited for the challenge. He's excited for the challenge. I think he did really good the first game. This game, they have a good front, so we're going to see how he responds to that. And picking up pressure because of their blitzes and whatnot. Yeah, I think they're going to. He knows, and we know that they're going to pick on him a lot.
No, Spencer Anderson too. He was another young guy.
Same thing with him. Same thing with him. They all did good. They all going to pick on him.
So what's needed to get touchdowns versus field goals?
Good question. That's what I was when I got back at the house. I was thinking the same thing even this week. How can we get the touchdown and field goals? The good thing was in the red zone maybe twice, or maybe twice. I don't remember, but we got to find a way to stop beating ourselves up. We got to find a way to stop doing the false starts. We got to find a way to to convert on certain downs. We got to find a way to stay on schedule, not lose yards. Even if the play's not if the play's not blocked the right way, just try to get no negative yards. Just try to stay on schedule, make it be 2nd and 10 rather than 2nd and 15. We got to try to execute the plays more. We got to try to do certain things that I don't want to say, and then we got to do certain things right so the play can be executed at the rate that we want it to be. We're working on that. It is glaring, obviously, because this is the same thing probably last year that happened, maybe I think. So, but we're excited for the challenge, and we'll going in next week. We know that we're going to score points, so that's what our plan is.
Guys, one more.
Najee, is this offense comfortable playing in these sort of grinded out games? And maybe more comfortable than some of the teams you guys might be playing
What do you mean, like grind?
Like
post game?
Like Art talked to, when Arthur Smith talked to us earlier. He said we want to be like a blunt force instrument. Some people may say it's ugly, but I think there's prettiness in that. It's sort of just the grinding out physical. Not going 80 yards on one play, but sort of just kind of wearing guys down. Are you guys comfortable in that situation?
Yeah, we're comfortable. It's a 15-round fight. Boxing, that's what you want to put it in those terms. You're not always going to get the first round knockout. You're not always going to score in the first drive or the second or the third, whatever. But it's not about what you're doing now. It's about the long 4 quarters, about how it's going. Like, it might not work this drive or this time, but eventually later on, something's going to pop. I mean, a big play might happen, and that week, like say if Atlanta, that week it might be all like running for 4 yards, 3 yards, 20-yard pop, and then like a big play by GP. It might be a slow game, but the next game, if we just keep staying playing our football, then this play a touchdown might pop in the first drive. But we're still in the mentality of like this is going to be a 15-round fight. So to his point, yeah, we all comfortable. We know that. We're excited for that because we know that if the game's close and we're still in it, we're going to come away with the win because we're more mentally strong team. We're built for all stuff like that. So we're ready for that.